Alright, Jeff here. This is a newer video. I made some modifications to my RC windsurf. The boom I'm working on. For my last video, if you saw it, I had the clip on the outside of the mast. It's now on the inside like a windsurf would be. And I don't know if you can see this, but I cut rubber tubing and inserted it in there, kind of like a shim for a skinny mast. I also put shrink wrap around where I connected this to the clip, metal ears that you use to pinch to open this. Shrink wrap around that, which had string that I coated in CA glue to seal that in there. And then down here to connect the boom attachment, I showed the holes. And what I did now is I completed it, and I have two sail, well, I guess they're like snap swivels almost. It's hard to see, but there's two right there. It threads through both of them to an S-hook, holds it right in the middle of the boom. The sail wants to stay right in the middle. And that bosey right there, tightens it. It's fully tightened right there. I could outhaul my boom a little bit more, then outhaul my sail more. And then for my downhaul, I actually pulled it down to tension. I had the sail made, well, I made it, so right there is a sail ring. A sail ring that would be used to hold on an RC sail to the mast. And it just quickly connects to itself and makes a ring. That's all that is. And it's on a hook that's basically, again, string wrapped around the brass tube that's inside there that my mast is inside of. So that's downhauled, outhauled, fully rigged. And when it bends the mast due to the curve in the sail, when it's under tension like this, that's how you would release this clip, make it loose. But I'm actually applying a decent amount of force right there. So that's why I have this, which is only stapled on right now, but that's so it doesn't shoot through. I'm open for suggestions. I want to put a strap like a windsurf would have, and if you make it longer if you need it, or you cinch it down and it actually will lock. I actually have a G.I. Joe with a very thin strap with an actual plastic clevis on it that it goes through and would actually cinch it tight, but it's too little for this application. This is going to be under some, pretty heavy wind conditions and some stress, so that's yet to be figured out. But what I did here on the shrink wrapped end of the boom, the string goes from the S-hook through the boom once, through a snap swivel, through the boom, through another snap swivel, and then to the bosey. So that's how that's there. And then what you do simply now is the bosey, loosening it will allow your sail to come down. The S-hook, you can see the slack in the S-hook now. Now, if I had two hands, I guess, and remove the S-hook. Like so. Now with that removed, all you do is pull enough slack out like that to disconnect this snap swivel. I'm just not going to do it right now, but I'm sure you guys know how snap swivels work. So it's a certain type of snap swivel. I forget the name. If somebody knows, it's a RC sail snap swivel. McMahon maybe, something like that. McMahon clip. I don't know, but any ideas anybody has? I know I can't put two little pulleys in a jam cleat like there should be on a real windsurf, so any ideas to make that more realistic, open for suggestions. And then here I have, just like on my skinny mast, it's a normal standard size boom clamp, and they give you a rubber insert to grip a skinny mast. It's basically what I did here to eat up the space inside of the clip, which is like a triangle shape. The little paper clip I used. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to make that a little more realistic, or how to possibly do maybe a 2 or 3 pulley system down here that would actually be able to downhaul and somehow tighten and stay tightened and then quickly disconnect without tying knots and all that. I want everything to be able to quickly de-rig, you know, like so. Just pull this down, pull this off. Again, hard to do with one hand, but the tension of this, it ain't. So I had to use 2 hands because this thing was on there good, but all it is, if you could see, it's black, so it's just a ring. Just a sail ring. I would say it's 1/2 inch in diameter. Jeez, camera. Yeah, so that hooked onto this, you know, with just the right amount of tension. And as it tensions, just like a windsurf, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but if you see the top of the sail, the way it would leach off under tension, yeah, you can't see it, but this, the opening, the wrinkles, you would see like here, under tension, it takes good shape. I need to add battens, and I even want to make a sail that would possibly have a cam system. Again, open for suggestions. I don't know how to do any of that. Not trying to make money off any of these ideas. Just trying to make myself an RC windsurf. And also my next phase to figure out is I want my sail, like a windsurf, to turn left and right. You move a windsurf forward and you move the sail backwards in order to go, you know, left and right. I will have a rudder which I could steer if I wanted to, but I'm going to ideally try not to use the rudder, have it just there like a fin, like a windsurf would have. I'm going to elongate the rudder that's on this board, because it's little, it's made for high speed. I'm going to take the motor shaft out, the motor's out already, speed control. So won't need that. I will have a rudder servo still though, just in case, and a servo sheet, a winch servo to sheet this in and out. So I need to be able to make it go forward and back, and while it's in any of those positions, also be able to sheet totally out to 90 degrees and back. So every position, sheet all the way in and out both ways, while being connected to, I guess, a servo horn that would pivot my sail forward and aft, but be strong enough, I guess, to not break, and under tension of the wind, you know, I don't know, maybe a rubber tendon like a real windsurf has, something like that, but it would need to be really stiff because it needs to hold the sail up. So I guess, no, that wouldn't work. It needs to be a stiff point connected to like a servo arm to allow me to have this motion, and then another servo to the back of the sail here, and a simple string to sheet in and out. So the only thing I can't do is put a guy on, because I'd have to make him whip around to the other side, you know, that way, or jibe, duck under the sail to the other side, which would be awesome, but I don't know how to incorporate this movement in a guy for all that, and the weight it would create. You know, I'm going to have to add a little bit of lead to this, so when the wind hits me, I don't flop over really easy in low winds. That's also going to be determined by my next sail size, because this isn't my final product. This is really thick actual windsurf material, so I'll be using Trispy 50 probably. It's a really strong scrim material, but a lot lighter. So check in for some more. Thanks for watching, guys.